Hey, leadership. I wanted to check in with you guys about the 8 character traits that we kind of talked about at the beginning of the year, and we haven't really talked about them as much throughout. So I want to bring them kind of back to front of mind because this is a really great time to work on our character. And if we remember that character is something that we do every day, so it's not like our personality, which is kind of in some ways set in stone a little bit at this point in your lives, which I don't 100% agree with that, but um, the idea of character is something that you do every day. It's something that you have to practice. So I'm just giving you guys this kind of chart over here that has sort of the negative version and the positive version of each trait that we've talked about. So I want to go over the positives first because those are things we want, right? So patience, kindness, honesty, respect, selflessness, forgiveness, humility, and commitment. And I think right now I can really see how this time that we're apart, that we're in the school closure and we're in this really time of uncertainty, um, we can really practice those things. So with being patient, I know it is hard to go every day and not know what's happening. What does the high school and beyond plan look like? What does graduation? I mean, right now nothing's changed about those things, or about graduation at least, but there's that uncertainty in the air, and we really have to be patient because no one knows. And I think that's something that I'm really struggling with because I want to be able to tell you guys, I want to be able to start planning for things when we get back. Um, but I don't know if that's necessarily the thing that's going to help right now. So I know that this is something that right now I'm feeling really impatient. I'm feeling really negative about, like, this emotion. Um, but I can try to practice that patience and practice that ability to kind of sit and wait for the next information to come out. Um, kindness. Kindness is going to become a huge factor because we are kind of in it to win it right now with the same people in our house every day. That we really have to make sure that we're being kind in what we do, and that means remember when we talked about kindness, we talked about how it's not just being nice. It's about, like, the forward thinking of, like, what does someone need us to do? Um, and that kindness might be we need to leave someone alone, or we need to give them space, or we need to allow them time. Um, or that kindness might be we need to reach out to someone who might be having a hard time with being alone or being here. Whether that's a grandparent or a friend or someone maybe that you don't talk to as much, now's a really great time to do some of that reaching out, some of that proactive kindness rather than reflexive niceness. Honesty. And, I have to give it to the district. They have been doing a really great job of being honest um, with what they do and do not know. And I have appreciated that. And I hope that you guys are appreciating that honesty from me as I am trying to give you guys information that I can. But I would say that right now it's a really interesting time to see how media and news is being portrayed of the idea of fake news, of being dishonest versus honest. So that's something to kind of look at in the world. It's always interesting during an election year. Respect and disrespect. I'm really blown away by how much respect people are putting out there for people who are still working, the people who are in the grocery stores, in the medical field, in all those places that aren't really getting to go home. And just thinking about how much harder this would be if it weren't for them. How much harder would it be if we literally had a stockpile of food for a month? How much harder it would be if we didn't have nurses and doctors and things working 24 hours a day. So I'm really pleased to see people showing support and respect for those groups while we're kind of stuck here. Selflessness. This is something that's hard. But now would be a good time to show that selflessness instead of being selfish and just watching your phone, doing your activities, talking to your friends, connecting with a younger sibling or connecting with someone online, really giving some of your time we know we got a lot of it right now, to get that selflessness done. Forgiveness. And I think this one might be pretty important right now in that this sucks. And I feel for you guys. I feel for sports seasons and things have gone canceled or moved or changed and plans that have been totally derailed, and it's really easy to be upset and mad and angry, um, and and hold a grudge or blame or something. And I think that this is a time to really practice that forgiveness of thinking about why people called for school closures and why this is happening, um, and figuring out a way to sort of forgive the universe, for this general suckiness. Um, Having some humility that right, humility here, that we're not the only person that matters. Um, and I think this has been something that was at, difficult at first, I think, for people with social distancing was, um, probably will be fine. If you or I got sick, we would probably be fine. And so it's easy to be like, well, move on. But we're not the center of the universe, and we don't only come in contact with ourselves. Um, and our actions have an effect on other people's actions and other people's livelihoods at this point. Is something that I think is really important to remember right now. And then commitment to uncommitted. I feel like it would be really easy to disengage from school, from leadership, from all of it. And I wouldn't blame you very much. But if we're practicing our character and we're practicing these things, we want to stay engaged. And that might look like doing work with your siblings to help them stay committed. That might look like looking up in the community how you can help. That might look like a lot of different things. But stay committed to something. I guess if it's, school, awesome. If it's your passion, if you want to go explore the thing that you really, really care about, be committed to that, but don't become uncommitted in the fact that you just spend this whole time, we're down to 5 more weeks now, I think, just doing nothing, right? So just remember kind of our positives: patience, kindness, honesty, respect, selflessness, forgiveness, humility, and commitment, as things you want to practice every day, versus our negative. All right? Best of luck. Stay safe. See y'all later. Bye.